Creepy Fox. Welcome to another special edition of Scary Stories. I'm doing some filming today. Anyways, can't wait to show you what's to come. So let's sit back, relax, and let's listen to some scary stories. Oof, that background noise. I'm gonna have to fix that because that's a little too much for my liking. Hey, I didn't see the camera was recording. I was just going back and looking at one of the little intros I did for one of my videos because I wanted to include it again. But, hey, where are my manners? I'm sorry. The name is Caesar, or some of you know me here on YouTube as The Creepy Fox. I'm just your average ordinary content creator who likes to tell scary stories, as well as being able to produce animation content. This video is going to be a little bit different. I did something like this a couple of years ago, but I wanted to go ahead and update and touch it up. Basically, this video is going to be talking about what goes into creating one of my Creepy Fox episodes, so all of you can kind of get a little, well, behind the scenes. As I talk to you guys here in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and overlay some footage. Now this is going to include footage that I filmed myself personally, some video footage that my videographer friend Brianna has filmed, as well as even some pretty cool stock footage that I've licensed through Storyblocks. So let's get it going. So I created the Creepy Fox channel with one intention, with that intention of being able to tell stories, but not just any sorts of stories. I wanted to be able to tell scary stories. Think of when you would go camping with your friends and you'd sit around the campfire. You'd tell them about the time you were home alone, and suddenly you're hiding from a home burglar. Sounds pretty scary, wouldn't you say? This is done through my show, The Creepy Fox Podcast, in which we relive and retell the experiences that are shared to me by my subscribers. But how exactly does that happen, you might ask yourself? You might think, oh, just take the audio, slap it into a video, and there you go. Well, it's not exactly that easy. You see, I like to go one step beyond in order to give all of you a better listening and audio presentation. You know what? I'll just go ahead and show you how I make one of my videos. Check it out. So we begin with an overall theme. Since we tell scary stories, I'll ask all of you, have you ever had an experience out in the wilderness or in the city? Maybe an encounter with a creepy person? Well, tell me about it. Subscribers will share their experience with me via email, kind of like shows you'll see on TV. Once the story is written and it's in script format, I'll get on the microphone and I'll start recording said story. Each story covered is carefully narrated to ensure that you, the audience, get the best possible listening experience you can hear. We really want to bring realism to these stories, to make you feel like you were there. The goal is by the end of these stories, we'll teach you, the audience, about the real-life horrors of the world, and how you have to be extra careful with what you do, and those you interact with. I guess that's what's pretty neat here. Sure, the stories might be scary, but if they can help save a life, then we've done our job. Now, that's just the first part of the audio creation process, telling the story. But as you know, there's quite a lot more involved to the audio. We can't just have the audio be the way it is. That's where GarageBand comes into play. It's a great audio program that allows me to equalize and balance the sound of the vocals. That way, any audio errors are taken care of, and you don't get interrupted by a sudden jump scare error. Say it be for me accidentally hitting the microphone, or any other sorts of audio glitches that might pop up. Something's missing though. Perhaps a little bit of background music is needed, or maybe even some rain sound effects. As you'll see on my channel, I've experimented with different audio backgrounds. I've been able to use music from musicians, like Coag Music, as well as even some licensed sound effects from Epidemic Sound, such as rain and nature sound effects. For this example, I think we're just going to keep things simple and have no background sounds. Okay, so we got the audio out of the way, but what about the visuals, you might be asking? You see, something unique here on the Creepy Fox is when we tell stories, we don't just provide you with an audio experience, but we like to provide you with a picture and a video listening experience / viewing experience to amplify the creativity you'll find here on the channel. I think one of the cool things here on the channel is that in the past, I've actually personally gone out and filmed background footage myself. I can't really do that right now for obvious reasons, the whole leg thing I'm dealing with right now. I'm kind of dealing with the whole leg thing right now, as you can see. Look at that nice scar. I'm still recovering from the whole total knee replacement surgery, so getting up and about is definitely not something that's going to allow me to film. But one of the cool things is that being able to collaborate with Storyblocks, they've pretty much given me this ability to give you visuals without having to leave my home, which is really cool. You know, when content creators get to work with them, they help us to bring these stories to life, which is really cool. But as you'll see on my channel, this isn't every single video. A lot of the footage I filmed was from when I was able to get up and about. In this example video I'm making, we're covering scary experiences from the wilderness and the city. So we're going to need some matching footage, right? One example is back in January of 2020. I went up to Alaska and did some filming in the city, as well as out in the middle of nowhere. It sure was cold, I'll tell you that. But hey, at least I was able to get you some footage, right? Obviously, there's other videos with different footage, like the footage I filmed in Mexico myself, or the footage my friend Brianna helped me with filming in the past. Like in some of the videos I covered stories about on the deep web, but we're focusing on this one example. So we've gone on our grand adventure to get the footage. Now that we've got the audio ready and the video ready, it's time to get it into a video editing program, such as iMovie. Okay, so I've gone ahead and switched back to the handheld, but basically what you have here is some footage. I'm just providing you, there's all the footage that I've gone ahead and filmed for background footage, and we have the visuals here that we wanted to go ahead and have to put in the videos. So I've already gone ahead and recorded for this video example. I've already gone ahead and recorded these experiences. So basically what it is just you just drag it into the video, and then you pretty much just from here just go ahead and put it all together. Some time ago I began my venture into Tap Sports Baseball, an online mobile game. And there you go. You might notice that some of my past videos feature just an art piece for the backdrop. I wanted to briefly cover that too. You see, back when I was in a time constraint, I wasn't really able to go out and record as much. Therefore, I worked with amazing artist YeahManTV Productions to envision a scene that can help summarize the topics we might cover. They act as the thumbnails too, which is pretty neat. Then there's the more recent videos. You see, I discovered amazing artists and photographers from Getty Images and istock. They work with content creators like me to provide us with a licensed imagery. These two will act as backdrops as they help amplify the storytelling, and they even give you a visual representation of what you're going to hear. Okay, so that's just kind of a little bit of what goes into making a video here on the Creepy Fox. Over the past couple of years, I've kind of evolved in a way from just doing narration content. Narration content and horror stories are kind of the prime focus of my channel, but as you've seen, I've started to get more into animation production. And even recently, I actually was executive producer on a brand new single, which is coming to the channel, which I think by the time this video goes up, that song should go out. There are little other projects I've worked on, such as my project Aria of Emerald Hearts. I think I'll go ahead and make a part 2 to this one day where I just focus specifically on the animation stuff. But basically, I'm executive producer on that show. I'll go ahead and create the visual storyboard, and I'll go ahead and work on the script. And then I can go ahead and send that to my friends who will go ahead and voice my characters. Then I have my friend who goes ahead and he animates everything to bring the characters to life, which is really, really cool to see these characters and these ideas come to life. So that's pretty much it. If I forget anything, I will definitely leave it in the video description below. You can read more a little bit about what goes into making my videos. Primarily, I wanted to make this video just for all of you and, well, for YouTube. So, you know, when anytime YouTube comes to review my channel, they'll be like, hey, what's this creepy fox guy all about? Well, this will kind of give you a little bit about who I am and what I do. Anyways, friends, that is going to go ahead and do it for today. Thank you for watching this very different but kind of cool little behind the scenes video. I'll see you all in the next Creepy Fox podcast episode. Until then, take care and have yourself an amazing day.